Right, I've tapped the bearings, well we've resprayed the parts. I've tapped the bearings in and new oil seals. New oil seal in the pump. I just got to put the top on the, make sure the dowels are lined up. Gaskets in. Actually forgotten the camera, I started putting it together. Without filming it, I was in such a hurry. That size then, that is. And that one. One in the hidden hole. There. Get the right tool. Yeah, let me pick the right one up. Pull it down evenly. That one's not, must be the wrong size. Must be too short. Could be it. Make sure we haven't got the conrod in between the cases. That's too short. That's a head bolt. That's a head bolt. That might be it. Maybe it'll come out of. Get the gaskets in. Not looking too bad, this one. I'm considering, I've got a video made up of, I have a Superflow 110 bench, and I was wondering if any of you would be interested in viewing the development of the two-stroke flow passages in the uppers, downers, transfers, inlet, exhaust, and testing it before and after. We've modified it The aim being to increase the amount of torque that these little two-strokes produce in the mid-range, and it can be done. I have a technique from my working days 10 years ago called flow passage control, and it would stop these saws bogging down as soon as they hit a bit of hard material in the tree and going burp, burp. To go through that particular stage and keep the saw going with the extra torque that we could build into it by improving the airflow in the mid ranges when the static pressure in the crankcase isn't as low as when it is at a high RPM, so it doesn't draw as much fuel air mixture. And the more fuel air mixture you can draw, the more torque you make at that particular RPM. So I was wondering if, but there's a catch in it from my side, that I only have 34 subscribers, and if I could divulge all this ins and outs, I'd like an audience, a decent audience, to improve my 35 subscribers. I could do with some thousands of subscribers, but we'll put the cylinder on the bench prior to doing any work on it, and we'll flow the individual ports at different pressure drops. You'd know the word as suction. I don't use it. There's no such thing as suction. It's airflow through a controlled passage. Coming together. Oh no, it's popped out. Something's happened there. Oh, it's gone off the... We've missed the... It's no problem. Yeah, so getting back to the flow bench, I'll put a picture of it at the front of this just to prove that I have it. And I might just come out of retirement. I just fancy doing something different, and trying to show that porting these little two-strokes isn't the case of making a great big hole. It's all shape, and the shape is designed, the contour in the port is designed to accelerate the air through the passage, thus increasing the velocity and putting a bigger charge in the crankcase for when the piston's on its downstroke, and pushes it up through the uppers into the vacant cylinder. Right, there's my little my ratchet. Of course, it's all up to yourselves. I just need to know there are some subscribers out there who are genuinely interested. This is quite a nice, tidy machine now. Another eBay purchase. It's a 380 CD, 77 cc's. We have a good many number of these in the museum now. spray didn't go too badly. I used a new technique. I warmed the components up in front of the log burner so they're really warm. It's cold out here, it's 2 degrees in the conservatory. Expecting snow today. And as soon as the spray hits the casting, it goes off and you get a shine instead of a bloom. So we're getting better at that. I found out a place, well, I hope to get the little end bearings. Piston pin bearings. Always a bit tight the first time. That's nice, that. Just nip the top of the gasket off. Well, we would do if we could add some fingernails. There we go. What else could we put on in this section? Put the oil pump on. It's important when you're doing this, bearing this side, that it's flush with the inside inner face of the casting, so that this face here seals on here. Otherwise the bearing holds it out. Or does that go onto the bearing? It might go onto the bearing, that. But you have to be sure that these locate in these two holes here. And you know when it's right, when you put it on, it'll just sit. Let's put a bit of oil on there. Bear with me! Oh. We'll just give them a little bit of oil just to help them on the start up. And we'll put a little bit on the gasket. I don't know whether you caught that, but we got it in there. This camera's on. Right. Then we want some little flat screws that go in here. I think this is them. Yep. That's not the right washer. I'll just go and get some washers. I don't know whether these are too big. The diameter's too big. Right. Can't help there. This is one here. Two. It is. So yeah, going back to the airflow and the trying to get a bit of grunt out of these. I'd like to see a few more subscribers. I know you're out there because I can see the number of hits on the video. But I've only got 35 subscribers, and if you subscribe, you remain anonymous. If you've clicked your box in your wherever you in the settings section, so nobody will know you're subscribing. Not even if you consider yourself the world's best airflow man and you want to have a nose in and perhaps say, oh, I've come out with a new shape. It's happened to me before. I'll show you some of my wooden blocks that I make out of just a piece of a tree stump and cut a cylinder head designs in for factories out there. I've done it in the past for some major brands, can't tell you. I signed the official secrets. Right, now next is we could put this in, it might fall out. I don't know whether it's a good idea, but we will do. Just to show you, there's a silver washer, Stihl washer, goes in there, and over the top, which locates on the step on the crank. I'm going to put a bit of grease on this because I'll lose it else. Let me find the grease. More stuff on the floor. Just to make it sticky. So it doesn't drop out. And don't forget this. The only way you can buy them is to buy a sprocket, buy a drum that has them with these. There's another rubber washer goes underneath there, but I don't seem to have that. Well, this machine didn't have it. An oil seal. So we'll have a look for one of them at a later date. Right. Not too bad. Just needs the electronics putting in there. And oh, I've stood on a spike. Electronics. Are we still on? Oh, well, we've got any juice in the battery. Oh, it's nearly out again. So there's the electronics. This, I'm not too keen on this fit of this. It just seems to be spinning. I might look for another one of those. Right, I'll stop a minute. Right, give that a little tap with the number 1. Just catch it on the paint. Return it, centralise it. And centralise it. Right, at some juncture we've got to get this grommet back in. It's going to be a bit of a game, I think. Don't forget, get clicking on the like so we can do the porting. When we do it, we're gonna float the cylinder before we start. Let's see what the airflow is on the uppers. It's the uppers that are really the important one. That the charge that is in the crankcase, that it all goes up on the downstroke. When the crankcase comes under pressure, and if the shape of the uppers is right, it'll want to naturally go that way. But the added extra is I can't think what the added extra is at the moment. Uppers. Right, that's that in. Couple of I think I'll put two new ones in, which will be these, I think, in a washer. Oh, lovely. Lovely. It's stopped raining. Raining, man. I would like that round just into the centre a bit more of the to position it. When I took it apart, there was a little bolt and washer there, just to, I don't know why it was there, because it's never going to move. I don't know if to put it in or not. I'll tell you what I'll put in at the moment, while we're here. I'll put the chain tensioner in. Halfway along. As I said before, it hasn't had a lot of use, this, because the spigot's not even worn. They usually wear on one side, and you'll find people sell them 50% worn. Alright, that was Mrs Digwells on the phone, on the blower. to tell us. We've got some more spray paint arrived, some piano wire. What do you want piano wire, you think? Well, piano wire, 3mm diameter, is to bend these linkage shapes in. You can't get them. So I thought we'd have a go at making them ourselves. Another special screw for the dogs. Not very good dogs. He's not sharp enough, not big enough. We want big dogs so they can bite in. 3. I've been looking at the Husqvarna. I've been watching a chap on YouTube, Mr Wacko, I think, in the Mimbo tree. And he's got various saws, but he had a Husqvarna 380cd. So I've started looking for one of those. It might be good fun, that one. 120cc's, made more for ripping boards. But this bloke was up the tree, and he was yes, incredible. But the thing it was marked up as health and safety would have a field day, and I don't know where they are, whether they're out in the bush somewhere, and they've got flip-flops on. Some are bare-chested, and he's wheeling this 2100cd about. In one film I saw, he'd got a Stihl. I don't know the numbers on Stihls, so they just all look like Stihls to me. I'm a husky man. And there was more belly on the chain than on a pot-bellied pig, and he was ripping through it, but he had a unique way of falling these great big, I mean, they were 1 metre in diameter, the trees. And he sort of put, I don't know what you call it, a hinge type, where the flare was at the side, where they flared out. He cut through down, what have you, then he cut all in the bottom, and the tree sort of was standing in these flares and just rocked over like on a hinge. You'd never think about it. Right, back to the job. I'm still waiting for the little end bearing for this. It's a company I've never dealt with before. I've just bought one, only for a sample. You can get plenty of clutch bearings for these, but small end bearing, even the piston manufacturers, they give you the piston, a pin, 2 circlips, piston, pin, circlip and rings, and they don't give you the little end bearing. Probably because I can't find one. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's it. Right, I don't think there's much more we can do to that till we need the little end bearing. Oh, that's coming down nicely now, isn't it? Oh, we could put the oh, crikey Moses, put the flywheel on, I suppose. Oh, I'll tell a lie. I've got a little end bearing here in this one. This is a piston that's all scraped, but I've got a better one. I'm going to have a look for it in a moment. Right, there's still a woodruff key in here, in the shaft. That's all together there. So we can slip this on. Check where the woodruff key is. It's over there. There she blows. Upside down washer to hold the return levers open, and where is it? A nut. There it is. They only soft, these nuts. I think that's because if you over tighten them, you don't damage the 14mm, isn't it? No, it's not. Is it? Yeah, it is. You don't damage the threads on the crank, which are hardened, which is a good idea. Doesn't need a lot, this. Just a few pound-feet. Few Newton meters. Right. No, that's not good. It won't go round. What have I forgotten? Hey, what have I forgotten? Let's see if it'll turn to the socket. Perhaps it's the magnetic flux. Not bad. Not bad for an alky. Now then, I bought these bearings. They were clutch bearings, but they're too big. It's the only ones I could see. So here's the piston I'm going to put in, and that's the Minger. I got this from another. I bought a few bits and pieces at some point. Is it? We will put the Minger. I need to get the. Right, this is the way I'm supposed to do it. I just popped it in a can of hot water. Make it a bit more. Expand the piston. I've managed to get it located. Nice. Not put it in anymore. I need to get the pins in. Circlips. And you know the game we have with these. Now, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put some toilet roll. In the neck, because if it jumps, I guarantee you won't get it out the crankcase without splitting it. So we put the end in and screw it in, straight in. Not bad. And put my knee under the piston just to now, where's the other one? And this one going as well as easy. Oh, look at that, folks. Lovely jubbly. Lovely jubbly. We're getting a bit further advanced than I thought we would. Right, I can get the gasket in the... Right, we've got a gasket in the barrel. That's not a good idea, Digwell. Right, I had to get my knee cushion. Knees are killing me. I got four new stainless cylinder head bolts. I'll see how. Don't forget, if you've made your own gasket, you have to have the little nick. One of the nick, I might put a nick in to line up with the air passage. Oh, nearly dropped one down. Square the rings up. One. That's got it. Push the gasket back onto the nuts. I'm struggling today, folks. I don't know why. I don't know why. There's something strange happening in there. Tight. 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 And just a little bit tighter. Right. So yeah, that's a quick test if you just take the exhaust off when you buy a machine you don't know what it is. And if it has 2 rings, it's 77 cc's, 1 ring 63. Right, we've even got the carburetor. Don't forget the gasket we talked about with the air hole. Plug lead will reach. What do we do with the as everything drops in. Right. Next step is I'm going to put that in at this point. Shake-proof washer. I must get some of these. Always handy to have. Locking screw. You don't want your carburetor falling off, do you? While you're up the tree. Looking tidy, folks. You not think? Tight. Just a little bit more. Put the cover on. Right, here we are. I think that's tight enough. Could give it an extra one. I'll leave it for now. This goes that way. Right, put this out of the way. Now, what holds them in? I've got some brand new screws. Right, we'll get the cover on. I need a touch longer screws in these. I'll just snip them up for now. I'll send for some. They need to be 10mm longer. I've run out. That'll do for just trying it out. If you strip these thread holes, you've got to go to the trouble of making them out up to tapping them out to 6. I want to get a pisser. Oh, that's lovely. New seals. Shall we put the covers on just to make it look pretty till we get to the next stage? What we want? Clutch. Oh. Come on, folks. What are you looking for? I'll send for another 10 of these. Just waiting for them to arrive there. I think that's I'll put a 7 on instead of the 8. I might have a send for one of these. Right, but my only problem is, as if you remember, I haven't got a spring for the clutch. I have to send for one of those to hold the quadrants in. I'll put it there for now. Oh, my knee, I felt it dislocate then. Okay. Right. Put the cover on, make it look pretty. I'll tell you what I made yesterday. I made some of the springs out of some spring Stihl. I don't have it here at the second. Just heated it and made some brake bands out of, I'll show you what I made them out of. Oh, I made them out of a spring pull. Same diameter, same thickness, same whatever. But they go in here. Goes that way, but you've got to bend it. I'm not going to say it. Well, just got to heat it, and then it'll bend, and reset with the tension in. We'll do that one day, perhaps. Needs another coat. Mrs Digwell just rung me up to say that the new paint's arrived. So that make it look a little bit more presentable. Quite happy with this one. Oh well. I can't put the tank on because I'm waiting for the not those, what are they? I had them somewhere. For the buffers, all the buffers were gone on this anti-vibration. They go in the tank. So, right, pretty good, eh? It does want another turn on that. Shall we do it? Shall we do it? Just wants an extra couple of turns back. That'll grip it in my digs. Going a bit thin, that is. Keep a hold of this. I think the string's too long for this. There we go. Just feels nice and loose. All right. That's better. Where you put it? I might get a new rope for this. It's a bit frayed at the top end. I was watching Jan Butler last night, a Swedish chappie, and he makes it so look so simple. So simple. That's better. That's better. I'll put the plug back in. Oh, I'm going to back in a second. Just been into the spray parlour. I've not finished the tank yet. The paint's come this morning, so we'll get on that. Hang on. Let's see if we have all the bits for it. .380cd. The first one I got was off my late friend, my late bestest mate, who died unfortunately 2 years back, who helped me and showed me all what I know now, how to live off grid. I've forgotten what I was going to say now. I've forgotten what I was going to say. I wonder if we can get these little chromium plated. I suppose they're just ordinary 4mm screws, aren't they? Just extra long. Just extra long. Oh, and so I remember what I was going to say about that's where I got my first chainsaw from, because we used to do everything by hand, but we've got too old now. Just can't do it with the hand saws, the 42 incher. You'll see the videos of it, bloody monster thing, but it was a good tool. I have to get the blades from America, but I don't know whether I've noticed he's missing there. I don't know what's happened to him. I've got plenty of blades. But anyway, he wanted a shed when I moved up here from my business. And I said, I'm looking for a chainsaw. He said, I've got one. He said, I'll swap it. And we swapped it for a garden shed. And that was how I come to have it. I had it for about 2 or 3 years, and I never went near it. To me, they were just lethal. We were going to do everything by hand. And you still got the bill for it, because you're one of these chaps, an old timer who kept everything, whatever. And in 1971, I think it was, he bought his first. Don't worry about this, it's all got to be resprayed again. In 1971, and he got a bill for his 380cd for £350 when they first came out. 350 quid. which would be worth, what was that, 71? That's like £2,000 now. But of course it was the plenty of compassion in it, eh? Close on needing a what do you call them? I don't like that. There must be a mark on the ball, scratching the piston. I might have that back off and have a look at it. There must be just a little nick on one of the exhaust port. A little bit turned in. Right. That's all we can do. As I said, forget the paint job looking a bit scrappy at the moment. I've got to rub it down and put the final. This was the undercoat. So that'll do, mate. Over and out.